Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Advocacy Action Center. I'm your host, Crystal Rogers. Today, I'm on with Royal Reflection Spa in New York City, and we are celebrating wellness. Even though we're in June, last month was May, which was Mental Health Awareness Month. And I thought of the Royal Reflection Spa, one of my favorite places to visit in the city. And you guys know I've been all over New York City. So, this testimony, you guys can take it for honest. So I'm going to let the folks from the spa introduce themselves and then we'll get right into it. Kenzie, do you want to start us off?
Yes, of course. My name is Kenzie Imani. I'm the manager of Royal Reflection Wellness Spa. We're located in New York City inside the Benjamin Hotel. I'm the manager, as I mentioned. So thank you so much, Crystal, for hosting us this day. So I'm going to let Lainey talk about herself.
Good afternoon. My name is Lainet. I am massage therapist in New York, and I am the owner of the spa. I doing the massage already about 24 years. So this
Wow.
is my specialize.
Wow. Great to have you both with us. Lenny, it sounds like you have tons of experience. And again, I came to the spa the end of March. I had a beautiful time. I was so relaxed. And I think it's one of my favorite spas, if not my favorite. And definitely, again, one of my favorite places to visit in the city. I plan to be back to visit you guys before the end of 2024.
You're always
So
welcome.
yeah, great customer testimony, and I'm just excited to have you guys on. I want to start by asking what inspired you to open Royal Reflection Wellness Spa, and what did you hope to create that was different from traditional spa services?
I'm gonna get this part. So we was inspired to open Royal Reflection Wellness Spa because we want to create a wellness space that goes beyond just beauty or luxury. I've always believed that healing and the restoration should feel warm, accessible, and deeply personal. Our goal was to make a space where people feel seen and cared for, not just pampered, a place where the community could come to recharge physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Wow. I think you just defined wellness. Why do you believe that it should be considered a part of overall healthcare rather than just a luxury?
To us, wellness means alignment, so mind, body, and soul. It's about turning into yourself and creating habits that support balance and peace. I really believe wellness should be part of basic healthcare. Stress, anxiety, and burnout affect physical health just like any other condition. Regular wellness practices like massages, skincare, or breath work should be treated as essential, not optional.
Can you talk a little bit about the relationship between physical care, like a massage or skincare, and mental well being?
Um, there's such a strong connection between the body and mind. When you're tense, overwhelmed, or anxious, it shows up physically. Through massage and skincare, we help release that tension. It's not just about how your skin glows, it's also about the peace you feel afterward. Many clients tell us they feel lighter, clearer, and more emotional balanced after a session, which is exactly what we hope for.
Uh, Thank you. That was well put. Why do you think it's especially important for advocates, organizers, and caregivers to prioritize their wellness? So, I've worked with nurses and healthcare professionals for quite some time, and I feel like this is a missing piece of our advocacy. Why do you think it's especially important for these types of folks to address and prioritize their wellness?
I'll say people who are consistently given, whether in activism, caregiving, or service often forget to refill their own cup, right? They work in emotionally intense and demanding. Prioritizing wellness isn't selfish, it's a survival tool. When you take care of yourself, you show up more present, creative, and compassionate of others. Deep care fuels deep impact.
Wow, I love that. And it really is very true. You can't pour from an empty cup. And I think that, even saying it's emotional work is advocating for folks in that role because we don't see ourselves as doing emotional work, but it is very emotional. So thank you so much for pointing that out. And you spoke a little bit about this. Many people don't feel like wellness spaces are made for them. How have you all worked to make sure that Royal Reflections is welcoming and feels inclusive?
Really, that's something we think about every day. Um, from the way we design our space to how we train our team, we focus on being approachable and not judgmental. We welcome people of all backgrounds, gender identities, body types, and skin concerns. You don't need to look or speak a certain way to feel at home here. You just need to show up as yourself.
I agree. And that's exactly how I felt when I got there. I felt like it was all about me. What did I need? There were
Thank
times
you.
I was there for a while. There were times where, we were talking and chit chatting, and there were times where there was silence, and I just was allowed to relax in that silence.
This
And
is
I agree. You do create a
this
very
goes to the bottom of our heart. Thank you so much.
aw. No, you guys are doing a great job. You really are. What are some of the most common misconceptions or barriers you think people face when it comes to prioritizing their self-care and wellness?
Um, a big one is guilt. People feel like taking time for themselves is selfish or that they should be strong enough to push through another's coast. They assume wellness means expensive retreats or daily spa visits. We try to break those myths by offering affordable options and educating clients on small daily habits that can make a huge difference over time.
One thing also that I realized about your spa was that you could book a 30-minute appointment. So not all of the services were like 2-hour services, although you do
We have
have
even
some
like
longer
20-minute
services.
services. Yeah, we have even like 20-minute services. We
Yeah, so I
respect
thought
even
that
we
that was
respect
really
our guest
helpful.
time too.
Yeah, I thought that was really helpful for folks that are working in the city in Manhattan. It's a busy place. You can take your lunch hour, visit the spa, and have that time out. So I
Exactly.
thought that was really creative in a way to kind of get over some of those barriers people feel
Yeah.
about taking out that time. So what role does community play in the healing process and how you foster that at Royal Reflections? You
I'm
guys
sorry.
are in New
Can
York
you just
City.
repeat your question, my dear?
Yeah, I asked what role does the community play in the healing process and how do you foster that at Royal Reflections? So you
Um,
guys are in New York City. That is
mhm,
the community. Um, how does that kind of busyness, that
uh-huh.
culture, how do they create a healing process and how does your spa play into that?
Um, Let me say that healing doesn't happen in isolation. We try to make every guest feel like part of a family. We remember names, we follow up, and we truly care. Many of our clients tell us they feel emotionally safe here. Whether like someone is celebrating a milestone or going through a hard time, we hold space for them.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. And like I said, New York City is a very busy place, and
Mhm.
there are so many people. It's a funny thing that it's kind of hard to get grounded, find your group, and feel that connection. And I love that you're saying this is a space for the community.
For
This
the
is a
community.
place for you to come in, to heal. And we're going to do it together. And I think, that is very well put also, that it takes support to heal. It's not something that you do alone. So thank you so much for that answer. I want to ask for people who are overwhelmed or just starting their wellness journey, what are 1 or 2 small practices you recommend for them to try today?
Start with 5 minute moment each day just for yourself. That could be stretching, journaling, or even massaging your face while applying your moisturizer. Also learn to say no when your body is asking for rest. Those little boundaries and pose build up over time and make a real difference.
Thank you. Can you walk us through some of the services that you guys offer, like deep tissue massage, facials, and explain how each of those services support overall health?
I'm gonna let Lenny answer this question. She was in this industry for 25 years. So I really like let Lenny answer this question.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to answer the massage because I'm a massage therapist. Yeah, the massage we have like a Swedish and a deep tissue. My specialized is the deep tissue with treatment. And I put my technique with Eastern and Western knowledge. Because I learned massage in 2023 in Beijing school. Wow. And I learned acupuncture also in Beijing. So the basic of acupuncture, then I come to New Jersey, learned a massage in New Jersey too. Then later on, I learned in New York College, 4 years for my massage. So wow. I put my massage technique or deep tissue for treatment, for release any kind of your payment. Some like a chronic, like a pain and the stretch and the myofascia and like a trigger point. I put all of the technique together with combination. So wow. Yeah, like you know, after your massage, oh, that's different.
Yeah, I was like a noodle, right?
Yeah, that is my specialized. Yeah, I want people live my spa feel different. Physical, mental, be happier. That is my goal.
I love that. Honestly, like I said, I felt like a noodle after my massage, and then I got a facial, and it just relieved so much stress that I didn't realize I was holding in that part of my body. And I hadn't scheduled the facial. That was a surprise. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I think your international training really does show through the services that are provided at the spa. I want to ask, how have you seen consistent wellness practices transform lives of your clients, particularly those who work in emotionally demanding jobs?
So many of our regular clients say they feel calmer, more focused, and more connected to themselves after staying consistent. They sleep better, they make cleaner decision, and their relationship improve. So Lenny, want you to add anything to this question?
I'm okay. My English is not great. So you're gonna
thank you. I was relaxed for days following. When I came home, I was just less stressed, and I almost put up a barrier. Like, I have relaxed and I am staying in this zone for a while, So I can imagine if I could visit on a more regular basis, and I'm not really too far. Really, I have a demanding schedule, and I have to really schedule time to do that. So again, I'm looking forward to visiting you guys again before the end of the year.
We're gonna be very happy to have you again here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be there in November, I believe. October, November. I think it's November though. So I'm just gonna ask one last question. If there's one message that you want advocates and change makers to walk away with today, what would it be?
I'll say taking care of yourself is not a break from the work. is it's the work. Rest, recovery, and care are how we build the strength to keep showing up. You deserve peace and joy and just productivity.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And really, as an advocate, you know, this year was the first year that I was mindful about wellness. And I said, I can't continue like this forever. I have to build something in. And so I agree. It should be part of your work, part of your care for, you know, your patients, your loved one, whoever it is that you're providing that care and support for. I just want to thank you all for both joining us today, taking the time out to highlight how folks should be caring for themselves. And to our listeners, please, you're going to see links to the spa in this video. Visit Royal Reflection Spa. I actually went to the Benjamin Hotel, spent the night. I'm hoping that they have the restaurant open by the time I get back there again in 2024. But even if they don't, you guys are worth the visit. So I would stay the night just so after that nice massage I get at Royal Reflections, I can just go to sleep and relax till the next day and solidify that it's my time out, my self-care, my wellness. So thank you both for joining us today.
Hope to see you before November.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, you guys have a great day and thanks for jumping on. Guess there will be links to the spa in the show notes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.